Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Josie's Point of View, where we focus on human interest stories throughout the Carolinas. Our story today comes from Fayetteville, North Carolina. Take a look at the headline. And it reads, Police shoots and kills sick veteran in his own home. I'll provide you with a summary here, and I'll place a link to a few of the full articles in the description box. We woke up to a set of disturbing news last Wednesday morning, which was August the 19th. One local news source, I believe it was ABC 11, had uploaded an e-news brief about a male resident who had been shot in his home by a Cumberland County deputy the previous evening, which was August the 18th. The article stated that the man had an involuntary commitment order from a local magistrate, and when officers arrived to take him in, the man charged them with a machete, and as a result, one officer discharged his firearm and the man was killed at the scene. I went back to look at my updates from the Cumberland County Sheriff's Office, and it was saying the very same thing. And I immediately said that something was not right with the information the way it was presented. If a man is to be involuntarily committed, it means he has severe mental problems, and I wonder why the police would go to the house, especially if they're armed. They failed to mention that they had broken into the house, but I'll tell you about that in a few minutes. And from the beginning, in my opinion, I felt that someone who was trained in de-escalation or crisis management should have been there. But the minute I said that on social media, everybody was kind of attacking me and saying, what are you talking about? If they came at the police deserve to shoot them. No, 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 no. That's not true. They should have done it a completely different way. The next day, we found out a bit more information, and it shed light on a few critical factors. The man who was killed was a veteran suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, and it became clear that the information as presented by the police painted a slanted view of the events in their favor. Some of the really important factors had been conveniently omitted, and I began to wonder whether the information and the way it was provided by the police was done in a manner to gather public support rather than being completely transparent, and that is what prompted me to do this video. And the young man in this case is Adrian Roberts, age 37, an Army veteran. His final assignment was on Fort Bragg, where he worked as a logistic technician for the 18 Quartermaster Company. It was also reported that the veteran struggled with mental disorder and was diagnosed with a multitude of mental health challenges to include post-traumatic stress disorder and schizophrenia. Despite his illnesses, he maintained a household and he cared for his family. But mental illness can sometimes become an individual's greatest challenge, and he struggled with recovery. It appeared that he was being treated by the VA and that he also had been involuntarily committed in the past. And based on what was occurring in this veteran's life, his wife was concerned for the safety of herself and others in the home, and she also felt he would be better if he was hospitalized. He would get better care. And so she petitioned for an involuntary commitment order, and the local magistrate granted her request. And here's a copy of the request. It mentions his medical condition. It's too small, you probably can't see it. It mentions his medical condition, the fact that he has had prior altercation with law enforcement, and that he was arming himself with knives, mace, and machete, which he kept by his side even when he was in bed or in the shower. And with her plea for help, she also knew how the order should be carried out because she had gone through this before. And she was assured by the magistrate that no one would be entering the home and that she would be present when it was time to take her husband to the hospital. And here are pictures from August the 18th, which is the day he died. These are part of from still pictures from videos he took that day, and they are all on his Facebook page. He does have a camera up front, and he kept posting throughout the day. I don't post people's videos, so I just took a few still photos. I saw the police drive by his house at 11:30. Then at 12:34, several police cars were driving slowly in front of his property, and he was seeing that and commenting on it. And I believe the last encounter I saw was with these two officers right here, standing outside his front door and referred to them by name. In fact, one of them he called by name when he told them that he wanted them to leave his property and the fact that he was not going to be talking to them. But the police knew that he was home alone. And here's a caption, and this is exactly from the Facebook page. It says, "What they keep coming here for, I talk through windows." And you can see where there must have been window, but it was a screen, because the picture to the left looks as if it has a screen in front of it. But this apparently was his last encounter with the police that day. And shortly after that last encounter, with a day full of paranoia and feeling that everybody, including the police, is out to get you, the police broke down the veteran's door and entered his home. He charged at them with a machete, which they already knew he had in his possession, and they shot and killed him in his home. The veteran's wife had no knowledge that the involuntary commitment order would be served that day. She also had not been informed of the police plans, and most of all, things were not executed per the agreement she had with the magistrate. She was specifically told that they, meaning the police, would not do forced entry, and that she needed to be there to let them into the house. So now she's in shock and she's angry and she's wondering how could they break down her door and kill her husband in his own home. In an interview that she had with one of the news outlets, she said, "My husband had dreams, my husband had children. You," referring to the police, she said, "you shot my husband in his home like a dog." And now people are finally started talking about how things could have been different. And for once, there is some acknowledgement that de-escalation and crisis management are important components when you're dealing with a mentally ill in situations such as this. And you know, Cumberland County Sheriff's Office, you and your team really have some explaining to do. And you know why? All of this could have been avoided if your officers had taken the time to extend a measure of courtesy and coordination to the veteran's wife. All you had to do was to tell her what you were planning, and she would have been able to tell you what day would be best for her. That veteran did not have to die. And I hope you're going to be transparent with your investigation. And one more thing, I heard people talking about the fact that VA can do more for veterans with mental health issues. I fully agree, but let's not lose focus here. The VA did not shoot and kill this veteran in his own home. It was the Cumberland County police officer who did so. And now family has to make plans for a funeral. Funeral plans have already been finalized. A viewing will be held Wednesday, August 26th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Colvin's Funeral Home Chapel, which is at 2010 Murchison Road in Fayetteville. And he will have a private burial at Sand Hill State Veterans Cemetery. Thank you, my fellow veteran, for your service. And that's all I have for you right now. Feel free to leave me a comment below and let me know what you think about this video. And by all means, feel free to like and to share it. And if you haven't done so already, I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel by clicking on that red subscribe button on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. And if you click on this notification bell right here, you'll be the first to know whenever a new video is uploaded. I thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.